Good afternoon. It's time for a 1-year update on our Honeywell ERV. We're also going to be cleaning this thing. I don't remember the last time I cleaned it. You're supposed to do it every 3 months. I have been working a lot. 6 days a week, working almost every Saturday. It's probably been 6 months since I cleaned this thing. So we're going to be cleaning it today and talking about how it's helped us out in this spray foamed house over the last year. Before we crack open this thing and see how nasty it is inside, let's talk quickly about how it has helped out with our ventilation problems in this spray foamed house. Now, I made some other videos about this, so I'm going to try to be kind of quick about this. Of course, we lived here the first couple of years without an ERV. The spray foam sealed up the house too tight. We were having a lot of problems. Problems like the house just didn't feel right. It smelled weird. It smelled funky. I always felt kind of damp in here. You wash towels. You wash clothes and you hang up the clothes, they would never dry. You take a shower and you hang up your wet towel, it would never dry. And then we had problems like the fireplace. You put wood in there and you're burning wood. The fireplace would not draw the smoke outside. It would fill up the living room with smoke. If you're ever cooking, you got steam coming up from the water or whatever you're cooking, the exhaust fan, kitchen vent hood, whatever it's called, over the stove, it would not draw that out of the house. Again, it would just kind of fill up the house with the steam and whatever. So we were always having to open up windows. It was very annoying. So those problems have been fixed. The ventilation problems pretty much are all better. We can burn in the fireplace now. Every once in a while, we may have to crack a window for a little while. Just like if the HVAC unit is on, I think it pulls the smoke into the house. But for the most part, when we're burning in the fireplace, last winter was great. We had a lot of fires. Did not really have to open a window at all. This thing was bringing in enough air, enough positive pressure, whatever I'm trying to think of. So the fireplace is drawing good now. Also, every time we cook, we don't have to open a window. The exhaust vent hood, it draws out the smoke. And the house in general just smells better to me. It smells fresher and cleaner. It doesn't have that damp, funky smell. Just got a phone call and we were interrupted a little bit. So this ERV does not remove humidity. I made a couple of videos about this. 2 months ago, right here, I installed an April Air whole house dehumidifier. And it is working good so far. It is bringing down the high humidity in our house. The problem with the clothes not getting dry and the towels not getting dry, the ERV really did nothing for that. But the whole house dehumidifier has fixed that problem. This ERV runs for 24 hours a day. When I first installed this thing, I had this timer on it, and that worked for a little while. I was trying to run it 12 hours a day, 6 hours in the morning, 6 hours at night. I had some problems with the timer not working, and the ERV wasn't coming on at all. Got rid of the timer. I probably need to throw that thing away because I don't think it works. Anyway, now this thing is running 24 hours a day. It's been that way probably at least for 6 months or more. This thing draws very little power. I have not noticed any big change in the power bill. So that's good. I am currently just using this speed control or this little control box on the unit to control it. I've got plans. I've been planning to put a control panel downstairs by the thermostat where I can use that to control how often it runs, and I just haven't done it yet. I've been so busy. I work all the time. So let's turn this thing off. And let's crack her open and see what she looks like inside here. Probably a lot of bugs and dust and dirt. And, oh yeah. Yeah, ooh, yeah. A lot of pollen in there. Man, a lot of pollen. So this one up here, ew, a lot of bugs and stuff. Just got another phone call. I don't remember where we were. So, okay. I don't know why I'm so popular today. All right, so this is the vent from outside. This is where it pulls air in, comes through here. This is the first filter. That's probably why it's the dirtiest, because it's catching all the dirt from outside and all the bugs. Comes through here and then out to the house. There is a lot of pollen in here, so I guess that pollen has made its way. I mean, this isn't really a filter, so it's made its way through this thing. Yeah, that's real nasty. A lot of gnats in there too. And then this other one here, yeah, this is where it's pulling air out of the house and comes through here and then shoots it outside. So we got some bugs. Let me turn my light back on. Yeah, there's a few bugs in there. And this side, a lot of dust. I guess it's pulling the dust out of the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull all these out, all this stuff in this cube. It just slides out of here. We're gonna take it outside and start washing it off. It's a beautiful day to not be in the pool because we are working on the ERV. We got the hose out here. We're gonna start washing these off. And this core here, it is just caked up with pollen and dirt, I'm assuming. Every time I cut the grass, get dirt blowing around. Look at the pollen just falling out of this thing. The dust is the easy thing. The dust and the dirt, it will wash right out. But all these little bug pieces, I think you can see them. There's a bunch of little pieces of dead bug in here. That will take me a while to wash out of there. I got these things pretty clean now. And still a bunch of bug pieces in this one, but I need to order some new ones, but these things are about $40. I wonder if I can order a big sheet and make my own. Anyway, it's about 85 degrees out here, so we're just going to leave these out here for a while and let them dry. Now we're going to work on this core. I'm not going to use as much pressure on this because you got these little fans, kind of like a radiator, and I don't want to bend them up. I think that will mess up the airflow. So I'm just going to make my way all around this thing and rinse it out really good. I have been washing this thing out for probably 10 minutes. Maybe not quite that long. It says right here, once a year as needed, vacuum, soak in warm water and mild soap, rinse and let dry. Of course it says as needed. I really don't think I need to soak this in soap. I feel like it washed out really good. It looks really clean. So I just kept rolling it around and just running clean water through it over and over and over. So we're gonna leave this sitting out here, let it dry while we go clean the inside. While those filters and the core are drying outside, I'm gonna clean the inside of this ERV. Gotta make sure I get this door too, it's pretty nasty. So I got a bucket of clean water. I've got some cleaner here, and I got a scrubbing sponge. I think it's been about 30 minutes and I'm gonna call it done. It looks a lot better than it was. I did not use very much of the soap in here. I really didn't need it. Mostly just used a sponge. I've dumped this bucket out a couple of times. I just kept getting fresh water. Wiped down everything I could. Even way back up in here, it's just, the walls are just covered in dirt and dust and pollen. I did not do the fan blades very good. Last time I actually took these off and over here, and I really cleaned the blades good, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. So I think we're okay though. It's now the next day. This core takes forever to dry. It's been over 24 hours since we last talked, This core is finally dry and I got it put back in here. These little blue filters here, these things dry pretty quick, maybe 3 to 4 hours. Yesterday they were sitting in the sun, it was like 85 degrees. They dry pretty quick and they actually turned out pretty good. They look clean. This core though, it's got a lot of pockets and channels and stuff in there. It took forever to dry. Late last night before I went to bed, I shook it out one last time to see if it was dry, and it was getting water everywhere. So I just decided to wait until I got home from work today. I think what I'm gonna do is order an extra core and some extra filters. Then the next time I clean this thing, I can take the dirty stuff out, clean the inside of this, put the new stuff in, close it up, and get it back on as soon as possible. Once this ERV is running again, I can take my time, probably up to 3 months, and take the dirty core and the dirty filters, wash them out good. They can sit around in the basement and dry for as long as they need to. And then every 3 months or 6 months or year, however often I have to clean and replace these, I'll just keep switching back and forth between the sets, and then I can get this ERV turned back on as soon as possible. Let's get this closed up. Turn it back on. Okay, it's running. Another exciting project completed. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.